Hello, this is restaurant feedback system. By using this system, customers can give feedback about the food they produced. Actually, this software is helping to understand what customers are saying about them, and also this helps them to address concerns and stay on top of their customer needs. Okay, before the code demonstration, I'm going to explain some key points. Right. Now let's see what is RMI. RMI stands for Remote Method Invocation. Actually, it is an API that provides a mechanism to create distributed application in Java. And also the RMI allows an object to invoke methods on an object running in another Java virtual machine. The RMI provides remote communication between the application using two objects. Those are stubs and skeletons. Therefore, we understand object orientation also related to RMI. Okay, now I'm going to talk about what is stubs and skeletons in the software that we create. In here, we use client-side GUI as stubs and RMI implementation class as skeletons. Like I said before, those are client-side GUIs and those are RMI implementation classes. Right. Now I'm going to talk about how RMI work with the software. First of all, the software must be bind its name to the registry like this. Then the client look up the server name in the registry to establish remote reference. This is how we done it. And you see, this is the registry port and this is binded name. Finally, this stop serializing the parameters to skeleton. Then the skeleton invoking the remote method and serializing the result back to the stub. That's how RMI work with this. Right. Now I'm going to explain how I contributed to develop this software. My RMI parts are feedback form client side and server side full implementation. And also I have done some server side and client side functions in view feedback ratings. Rather than this, I used a Java SMTP mail server to send appreciation mails after the feedback submission. And as a web API, I used Open Weather Map API for display weather details in customer feedback form. Another thing, we also used event-driven concepts to developing the software. Okay, let's see what is an event-driven concept and how we use it. In computer programming, event-driven programming is a programming paradigm in which the flow of the program is determined by events such as use actions. In this software, we use action events, mouse events, and window events, etc. In here, you see one of event-driven concepts that we use. Okay, first of all, we need to start the server. Let's see how customers deliver feedback through this system. This is main dashboard. If customer want to give feedback, he need to click continue. Then it will go to the feedback form. In top right corner, you see the weather API that I used. In here, customer must insert name, age and email address. Look at this. If customer insert a invalid age, system will show a error message. And also, customer must insert a valid email address. Then click here. The questions will be different according to the age. Now, system will show questions here and customer can select the answers. After giving answers, finish button will appear. Finally, customer can end the feedback by clicking finish button. It will take few seconds to send appreciation email to given email address. Okay, now we can see how the email was arrived. Okay, let's move to the code. In here, you can see this is SMTP mail server function. And here, this is Gmail port number and this is sender email address and password. And here you can see this is password authentication and finally this is email content. This is weather API function. In here you can see API token, location and API URL. And this is where I assign weather details to a label. Now I'm going to show you how I retrieve data from database to a questions label. First, take the customer inserted age. Then age will pass to the RMI server. Okay. After that, choose questions according to the age range and it will create a JSON array with those selected data. Finally, server send encoded JSON array to the client side. This is the function for the display questions. In this part, I have done view customer details and get count of the feedbacks given. First, need to log into the system. Okay, then click view feedback ratings. In here, you see the feedback count and the customer details table. That's all. This is the system that we create. Thank you.